one wrong number completely changed how I think about coincidences. It started at 2:17 a.m. last Tuesday. I was dead asleep when my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Emergency at mom's house. Please come now. Bring the spare key to the back gate. The area code was local. And honestly, our family group chat is chaos. Between cousins, step relatives, and everyone's constantly changing phone numbers, I figured it was probably Danny or maybe my cousin Sarah texting from a new number. I threw on the first clothes I could find and grabbed my keys. The text sounded urgent, and my aunt's house was only 20 minutes away. I've had that spare gate key for years, since I helped her install new locks after her divorce. During the drive, I kept checking my phone at red lights. No follow-up texts, no missed calls. That should have been my first clue, but I was running on pure adrenaline and family loyalty. When I pulled into my aunt's driveway, the house was completely dark. No porch light, no cars, nothing. I sat there for a minute, engine running, wondering if maybe she was in the backyard or something had happened to the power. I walked around to the back gate, fumbling with my keys in the darkness, used my phone's flashlight to find the lock. Everything looked normal, too normal for an emergency. That's when I decided to call Danny's actual number from my contacts. Dude, what are you talking about? What emergency? I'm literally in the middle of a ranked match right now. Aunt Linda's fine. She posted on Facebook like 2 hours ago about her book club. My stomach dropped. Danny, someone texted me about an emergency at your mom's house. Bro, that wasn't me. And mom doesn't even have my spare key. She hides hers under that fake rock by the front door. I hung up, staring at my phone screen. Some random person had been texting me thinking I was their family member. I'd driven across town in the middle of the night for a complete stranger's emergency. I was walking back to my car feeling like an idiot when I heard crying coming from next door. An older woman was sitting on her front porch steps in her bathrobe, sobbing into her phone. She kept hitting redial, whispering, "Please pick up, Michael, please." I hesitated. I don't usually approach strangers, especially not crying strangers at 2 a.m., but something about her desperation reminded me of my own mom. "Ma'am, excuse me, are you okay? Do you need help?" She looked up, tears streaming down her face. "I've been trying to reach my son for over an hour. There's been an emergency and he won't answer his phone." I pulled out my phone and showed her our text thread. "You didn't happen to send this, did you?" Her eyes went wide as she read it. Oh my god, that's my message. But you're not Michael. Where's Michael?" She explained through tears that she'd gotten a new phone last week and was still figuring out the contacts. Her son lived in Portland, 3 states away. She'd apparently mixed up a digit when she saved his new work number. I helped her call information to get his actual number. Turns out he was fine, just had his phone on silent during a late work presentation. The emergency was that her basement had flooded from a burst pipe and she'd panicked trying to reach him. We were both laughing with relief when she mentioned something that made my blood run cold. "You know, it's funny you came to check on things. I've been hearing the strangest sounds from my backyard for weeks now, like someone rattling the gate, trying to get in. I kept meaning to call the police, but I wasn't sure." I grabbed my phone's flashlight and went back to examine her gate more carefully this time. Fresh pry marks on the lock. Deep ones. Muddy footprints by the fence that definitely weren't mine. Cigarette butts scattered in the bushes like someone had been watching the house, waiting. The timeline hit me like a truck. Someone had been casing her house, planning to break in tonight. They'd probably been waiting for her lights to go out, for the neighborhood to get quiet. But when my headlights swept across her yard and I started walking around with a flashlight, checking doors and gates, they must have assumed she had family staying over or security checking the place. I called the police to file a report about the attempted break-in evidence. They found more signs that someone had been preparing to break in through that back gate. The officer told us we'd probably scared off what would have been a burglary. Maybe worse, considering how vulnerable she was living alone. As I finally drove home at 4 a.m., I couldn't stop thinking about the chain of events. A woman gets a new phone and mixes up one digit. A stranger gets a mysterious emergency text and decides to help instead of ignoring it. A burglar gets spooked and gives up on what might have been a violent crime. Sometimes the universe uses wrong numbers to put you exactly where you need to be.